Hey, welcome or welcome to the channel. It's Vanessa here. Thank you for clicking on this video. In today's tutorial, we are going to be making this clutch beaded bag with the metal clasp. Now, I'm not going to say it's been a minute. It's been more than a minute since I dropped the tutorial. And I'm not going to start making promises on when I'm going to be dropping, but I'm going to try. Life's been lifing, yeah? All right, so let's get back to the video. To all my OG subscribers, thank you guys so much for staying subscribed and watching all my other videos. And if you're new to the channel, welcome, subscribe, stay tuned, watch all my other videos. And yeah, let's talk about this bag for a minute. Yeah, so this is a metal clasp ish looking type of bag, and I made it in like silver, and I sort of made like the plain version right here. And for some reason I love the plain version more than the bedazzled version, because apparently I like to bedazzle everything, but I still like the plain version. So this is a intermediate beaded bag tutorial, so I expect that you have at least some sort of knowledge on beading, like making the mats, tucking in your fishing line, and all that sort of thing. If you don't know how to do any of those, I have an entire course on this my YouTube channel, a playlist which is free for beginners. You can go ahead and check it out. If you want some personal classes, I'll leave my email down in the description box so you can email me. Yeah, I do try to explain as much as I can in my videos, but like I said, most of my tutorials are going to be intermediate because I really expect that you should have some knowledge on beads at least. Okay, so make sure you watch the entire video to the end without skipping any parts, so you don't get confused, so you don't get mixed up with stuff. And I guess that's the intro for this video. Yeah, tell me what you think about the back in the comment section. And without further ado, let's get right into the tutorial. Now for materials, I use 8mm silver round beads, a 0.7mm fishing line. You can use a 0.6, a pair of scissors. I've got my lining there, which is optional, and I've got the metal clasp. Now let's talk about the metal clasp first. I got this on Temu, Temu, and this is the measurement of the clasp. It is 7.5 inches. It comes in different sizes. There are so many different sizes of them. I'm going to leave the link of where I got it on Temu so you can have a look. So my metal clasp has 17 holes on each side of one side of the clasp. 17 holes. So you can go ahead and count. Now the way you work this bag, you work it from the clasp first, and I'm going to start by attaching the beads on the clasp. So I'm inserting my fishing line to the very first hole of the clasp. You can start in the middle or at the edge, it's up to you. And you're going to insert the second fishing line into the third hole, pick up one bead, and you are going to cross with that one bead. And this is what we're going to do. We're going to do the beads on the clasp. Now this clasp is actually quite sharp, like the holes are sharp, and it's kind of stressful to get the fishing line in. So that's why I'm cutting my fishing line at an angle so it's sharp. So you pick up one bead and cross the fishing line which is ahead, or the fishing line on my left. I'm going to insert it into the following hole and into the next hole. So I just inserted that fishing line into the fourth hole and the fifth hole. Yeah, then the fishing line which is at the back, I am going to insert it into the second hole and the third hole. So I'm inserting it from inside to outside. So basically the way you're working your fishing line into the clasp, both fishing lines are supposed to be on the inside of the clasp. So I'm going to pick up one bead here and I'm going to cross. Make sure you're pulling your fishing line. As you can see, I've got that tape on my fingers, so it protects my fingers. Yeah, so make sure you're pulling hard in this project. Yeah, so this is what we have. That's our second bead. As you can see, my fishing line is going from inside to outside of the following hole, then from outside to inside of the next hole. That's the fishing line on my left. Then the fishing line on my right from this stage is just literally going to copy the fishing line which is forward. So I'm just going to repeat. It's just going to go into the same holes of the fishing line that which is forward. It's like making a running stitch on top of a running stitch. That's a running stitch, not a back stitch, is it? For all those who know sewing, I guess you guys can tell me in the comment section what sort of stitch that is. I sew, but I don't know stuff like that. So at some point it might be difficult to get the fishing line in. Just make sure you push the fishing line which is already there, either on top or in the bottom, just so that you can get the fishing line through. So make sure both your fishing lines are in the middle. Pick one bead and you go ahead and cross just like that. That's what's supposed to be looking like. That's what makes our beads to stand in the middle. Like I said, the fishing line at the back, or the one on my right hand, I'm just going to repeat, like follow the pattern that the fishing line at the front made. I'm just going to repeat that fishing line inside. I hope this is making sense. I really hope so. Then the fishing line at the front, or the one on my left, I'm going to insert it into the next hole and then into the other hole, just like that, until we get to the edge basically. So this is how I attach the beads to my clasp. Yeah, so you're just going to do this until you get to the end basically. I'm just going to leave this part here so you can actually watch what I'm doing. I'm not going to forward it, I'm not going to talk over it. Just watch what I'm doing. You can, you know, slow down the video and the settings if you wish. Yeah. Right, here we are at the end. By the way, the fishing line that you cut to attach the beads at the beginning of this project should be long enough to do these beads to the clasp and to attach the clasp to the bag. We're going to be doing the bag soon. So what I do is I start from the edge on one side towards the middle of the 17 holes. Then on the next side, which is the side that I'm doing, I start from the middle to the edge. And why I do that is just because I have to work the middle of the back as well. I'm going to explain that in a minute. But you can start whichever way you want. I just like to start that way. So I'm repeating the same process. Both my fishing lines entered the first and the third bead. Then the fishing line which is on my left, or the fishing line which is forward, it goes into the fourth and fifth bead. Then the fishing line which is at the back, it goes into the second and the third bead. Then you pick up one bead and you're going to cross. Okay, so this is that fishing line at the back, getting into the second and the third hole right there. And then I'm going to pick up one bead and I'm going to cross it. Then you're going to take the fishing line which is on my left, which is the fishing line which is forward, insert it into the next two holes, that is inside to outside, outside to inside. Then the following fishing line is just going to repeat or fall on top the pattern of the fishing line that is forward. And you're going to do this until you get to the end. And this is what your project is supposed to be looking like. This is what it's supposed to look like when you're done. Yeah, so you're supposed to have a total of 8 rows if you're having the same measurement of clasps that I have. Yeah, 2 4 6 8 8 8 on each side. Now I want to show you guys something, yeah, because it is from the clasp that you determine how your bag is going to look like. Yeah, okay, I hope I'm making sense. Right, so the distance between that tiny space that doesn't have holes, it is a full inch. And if you check, the holes between where each bead is half an inch. So I'm going to do my bag in a way that it is 8 plus 8 plus an extra 2. I hope that mathematics makes sense. I really hope it made sense. Because the distance between one bead and the other is half an inch. So if the total space that doesn't have holes is 1 inch and the distance between two beads is half an inch, so that should be 2 beads. Yeah, right. So the width of your bag, we're building the mat right now, and like I said, you have to know how to make a beaded mat. The width of your beaded mat should be 18. That is 8 plus 8, which is 16, plus the 2 spaces that I've left in the middle there, which is 17 18. The width should be 18 if you're using the same class that I'm using. Then you can make the length however long you want. In my case, I did it 24, but honestly I felt like I made it too big, so I advise that you probably do like an 8 if you want it smaller, but I did my length to be 24. So the dimensions of my beaded mat was 18, or is 18 by 24. 18 by 24 is really big. It's a proper clutch bag that your phone can enter inside, which is what you guys want anyway. So yeah, so I just counted 10 on each side. So for the length, I have 10 on one side, 10 on the other side, then 4 for the base. That's how I got my 24. I wanted the base to be 4. If you want your base to be 5, you can go ahead and do 25. Have 10 for the height, or and 10 for the other height, then 4 for the base. It depends on you. Most of my bags, they're customizable. You don't really have to copy. You can copy. I mean, that's why I'm making the tutorial. But you don't have to copy. You can do your own design. You can make it smaller. You can make it bigger. But if you're using this same how do you call it, the same metal that I'm using, you should have a width of 18. Then you can make your length however long you want it. I hope that makes sense. Yeah. All right. So we're just building the corners of the bag now. I inserted my fishing line into the last bead from the bottom, from the side, and the last bead in the bottom. So my fishing line is attached to 2 beads right now. Then I'm going to pick up 2 beads and I'm going to cross with the second bead, just like that. And this is how please tell me you know how to bead sides as well, but I'm still going to show it. So I just picked up 2 beads and I crossed with the second bead, and my phone refused to focus here. Sorry guys, I just make these weird comments in my videos for no reason whatsoever. Great. Now insert the fishing line into the following bead. Your fishing line is attached to 2 beads, and since we're working in circles of 4, which is how I call them, yeah, you're going to pick up 2 beads and you're going to cross with the second bead. Repeat the same thing. Insert your fishing line into the following bead, pick up 2 beads and cross with the second bead. And when you get to the edge, we're almost at the edge now. When you get to the edge, you're going to insert your fishing line into the last bead, that is row number 4 of the base, then row number 1 of the, I should call it the side. Yeah, row number 1 of the side. So our fishing line is attached to 3 beads. Now you're picking up just 1 bead to cross and end. Insert your fishing line into the next bead at the corner right there. Pick up 2 beads and you are going to cross with the second bead. There we are. Insert your fishing line to the following bead. Pick up 2 beads and cross. This is matting. This is part of the basic matting method. Like I said, if you want like an in-depth beginner video or tutorial on how to do beaded bags, darling, you're going to have to DM me, or I'm going to have to create a group chat for you guys to learn. But you guys will actually have to pay for this. But I've given like a beginner course for free on YouTube. But if you feel like it's not enough and you want to have like a one-on-one, or you guys want me to do like a group thing that you want to purchase, please let me know. I will go so detailed that you guys are going to be so angry. I don't want that, but anyway, yeah. So you're just going to build up your bag till you get to the top. So since my size is 10, I built up my corners to 8. We need that opening at the side because this clasp is the type that joins at the top. It really joins very close. So we don't need to close it right up to the top because it's going to make the bag very difficult to open. So I left out 2 rows without building the sides on them. Yeah. All right, so let's move on to the next step. This is what your work should be looking like. Do the same thing on the other side, girl. Now this is the lining of the bag. Now putting a lining on this bag is very optional, but this is how I take my measurements on my lining. I simply just wrap my measuring tape around the bag and I add 2 inches and I cut the lining like that. I hope that makes sense. Then when I sew it, I'm sewing 1/2 inch on each side, so I have even an extra inch just in case the bag gets short, because it's happened where I think I've left enough space, but apparently it's not enough. So I just have like extra inches, and I have tutorials on how to sew line into a beaded bag. But then again, if you guys want an in-depth tutorial on YouTube where you get so mad that it's too slow, let me know in the comment section as well. Let me know where you are watching this video from. If you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe, my darling. Subscribe to the channel, leave a, what's that? It's been so long I did YouTube. What do I usually say? Or leave a comment. Like this video if you do like it. Share it to someone who you think might like to try to make this bag. Yeah. Tell me what country you're watching this video from, by the way. Tell me what country you're watching this video from. And let's continue the tutorial. Let me not talk too much. Yeah. Now we're going to attach that's what our bag is looking like. Now we're going to attach our metal frame to the bag, and I'm starting from the middle. I'm just going to count 8 beads from the middle, pick up 1 bead, and this is attaching. This is basic attaching in beads, attaching parts, joining parts together, picking up 1 bead and crossing. Insert your fishing line to the left hole, in the following left hole, insert your fishing line into the following right hole, and then you're going to pick up 1 bead, and then you are going to cross. It was really hard, like getting the fishing line out in this bag, because it just wanted to do its own thing, like no permission whatsoever. I didn't ask for permission, just wanted to do its own thing. Yeah, just this is basic joining, inserting your fishing line into the right hole, into the left hole, then picking up 1 bead and crossing, and you're going to repeat this until you get to the end, and voila, you are going to be done with one side. Now, as you can see, when I started making that frame, the beads on that frame, from the inside to the outside, when I'm joining, it's going to join from the inside to the outside. But now I am doing the part that I started from the outside, from the inside of the frame towards the outside part. Then I'm going to join until I get to the middle part of the frame where there were no holes at first. Please tell me you guys are making sense. And here I just inserted my fishing line into 2 beads, into the following bead, sorry. Then with the fishing line on my left, I picked up 2 beads and I crossed. So you're going to have 2 floating beads, and floating beads are basically beads that are not attached to anything. This is me inserting it into the second bead to make the next floating bead, and I'm just going to pick up 2 beads, 1 bead this time, 1 bead, yeah, because I'm ending the work. And I'm just going to make sure both fishing lines join. As you can see, that has closed up, even though there were no holes. It closed up so beautiful, so well. I'm just going to tie off and secure my work, and then I am going to cut off my excess fishing line, and I'm going to repeat the same process on the other side. Honestly, this bag is so easy, but you need to have knowledge on beads in order to make it. Yeah, so you're going to repeat the same process on the other side, my darling. And yeah, if you don't want to sew the lining at the time you saw me sew it, you can go ahead and sew it after you're done attaching. But I could foresee in the future that I was going to have enough broken needles if I had to sew it right at the top. So ladies, take my advice. Unless you like to take risk, I don't take risk a lot. If you want to take risk and sew your lining after you've attached the frame, darling, you can go ahead and do that. That is on you. It's on you. As you can see, our phone can enter. We did the phone test. We always try to do the phone test here. All right, because you guys always sort of complain why I don't do bags that have phone. And even though I liked it plain, for some reason, like I said in the beginning of this video, I like to bedazzle stuff. I don't even like shiny stuff, but I decided to bedazzle it because bedazzling just makes me feel better. It feels like I can up the price from 0 to 100. You get what I mean? Yeah. Okay. So I'm just using these gemstones here. You're just going to use, I use a 0.25 fishing line, by the way. You can use the regular fishing. I don't know why I chose a 0.25, but anyway. You can use whatever fishing line fits into the hole of your gems. If you do have gems, you can use, oh my god, I was about to say buttons. Oh god. I don't know. Use what you guys have or leave it like that. I don't know. I found the midpoint and I just attached it. I think I've got a tutorial on this channel. Yeah, I believe I do. A tutorial on how to attach gemstones and appliques and stuff like that. I have it. So I just attached it with the fishing lines in the middle, with the fishing lines facing different directions. Then I'm just going to make sure that both fishing lines meet in the same spot. I'm going to just maneuver it, move it around the back till both fishing lines end up in one place, and I'm just going to tie it off, and that is going to secure it. I was going to put all of those gemstones that you see at the corner, the 5 gemstones, but I was like, nah, it's looking too much already. It's looking too much. The bedazzling is going to be too much. So I ended up putting 3. I put 3, yeah. So, oh my god, I feel like I've been talking for a while now. But that's it for this tutorial. I'm so sorry if it feels like it's unserious. I'm really serious. I really love doing this stuff. So this is a very serious thing for me. I just get really excited and I talk a lot. But this is how it's looking like. Tell me what you think that in the comment section. Let me know if you're going to make it, what color you're going to make it, if you're going to purchase this bag. no, that's not what I was going to say, but yeah. Oh my god, what am I supposed to say? Yeah, tell me what you think. Tell me, please leave a comment, like. When you make the bag, I'll leave my social media handle down in the comment section. You can send me a photo. I'm really thinking of doing like my subscribers make my work type of video. Oh yeah, whatever. Yeah, guys, I'm so sorry. Yeah, yeah, do all the stuff that they do for tutorials, like, comment, subscribe, share. Please, especially leave a comment on what you think. I know I was probably fast in this video, but like I said, it's really intermediate, so you'll grasp it easily if you've got knowledge on beads. But if you haven't got knowledge on beads, like, darling, please go to the watch the entire tutorial beginners course, then come back and make this bag. All right? Yeah. Okay, we're in agreement. Thank God. Right. I guess that's all I have to say. This is a montage of the bag, at least. So I've got a lot of things that if I want to make this bag again, I'll probably change about making it. And I'm thinking of making like a short form video on how to do that. So you can stay subscribed to the channel, turn on the notification bell. I can't talk. I'm going to probably drop it as a short, a YouTube short, or in my TikTok or Instagram. So you can check me out there in the link tree link down in the description box. You can see all my social media there. You can go ahead and follow me on all of them, of the things that I would like to do to improve like the clutchness of this bag. Honestly, I feel like making this like a gold color will really pop, like a gold frame and probably black beads. I'm seeing the vision. I think I can see the vision. The Holy Spirit is giving me the vision of that right now. But yeah, you can go ahead and try it yourself. um I guess that's everything. I'm going to stop talking now and let the music play at the end. Tell me what you guys think, and I will see you in the next tutorial. I'm hoping to drop one tutorial a week or one tutorial every 2 weeks. Let me just put that out there. So let me know what you think, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye. Also, let me know the type of stuff that you like to put in this bag. Okay, I'm really going now. Bye.